Owning a home is a dream deeply embedded in the Australian psyche. But for many Australians, this dream is slipping further out of reach due to sky-high property prices and stagnant wages. In this climate, tiny homes emerged, promising affordability and freedom. These compact, cleverly designed dwellings offered a glimmer of hope for young couples, single parents, and retirees. The allure was undeniable: a simpler life, financial freedom, and the chance to own a piece of the Australian dream. My Tiny Home Kit burst onto the scene with a bang, dominating social media and lifestyle magazines. Their message was simple, affordable housing, delivered with speed and ease. Potential homeowners could browse a range of attractive tiny home models online. Testimonials from satisfied customers added to the company's credibility. The company's founder, a charismatic entrepreneur, spoke eloquently about his vision to revolutionize the housing market. Newspapers ran features on the tiny house movement, often highlighting My Tiny Home Kit. They were hailed as innovators and champions of the people. Their story resonated with a public increasingly disillusioned by the housing crisis. Meet Sarah, a single mother who invested her life savings into a My Tiny Home Kit. Months later, her partially built tiny home sits abandoned, materials rotting. The company delivered incomplete kits with shoddy workmanship and missing components. Then there's John, a retired teacher who invested his superannuation in a My Tiny Home Kit. What he received was a nightmare construction riddled with problems, from leaking roofs to faulty wiring. These stories are not isolated incidents. Across the country, half-finished structures stand as silent monuments to broken promises. Victims speak of their emotional distress and financial losses. The human cost of this scandal is immeasurable. The My Tiny Home Kit scandal has sent shockwaves through the tiny home industry in Australia. Legitimate businesses now face increased scrutiny and skepticism. The once bright optimism surrounding tiny homes has been tainted by suspicion and fear. This scandal highlights the vulnerability of consumers in a market driven by social media hype. The My Tiny Home Kit debacle serves as a reminder of the importance of thorough research and due diligence. It underscores the need for greater consumer protection in emerging markets. The dream of affordable housing should not come at the cost of financial ruin and emotional distress. For the victims, the fight for compensation and accountability continues. In the wake of the My Tiny Home Kit scandal, the ACC launched an investigation. They are examining the company's business practices and marketing claims. The outcome could lead to fines, penalties, and even criminal charges. Support groups have emerged, offering a space for victims to share their stories and find strength in solidarity. The future of the tiny home movement in Australia remains uncertain. The scandal has sparked a conversation about ethical building practices and responsible marketing. The dream of affordable, sustainable housing is still alive, but we must proceed with caution. The My Tiny Home Kit saga is a potent reminder of the fragility of trust in the digital age. In a world saturated with information, it's more important than ever to approach promises with skepticism. The allure of a quick fix can be incredibly seductive, but when it comes to major life decisions, caution must be our guiding principle. The My Tiny Home Kit scandal is a wake-up call, reminding us that vigilance and informed decision-making are essential safeguards.